Assalamualaikum and a very good day to SYAHEERA. So our group will be presenting for our proposed sustainable design for our project, which is called Chateau Clair de Lune, which is a most iconic and modern design residential building, complete with latest technology that suit for today's innovation. So this proposal was prepared by myself, ELISYA SYAHEERA binti Muhammad SOLAH, AMIR AZRI bin Azami, ZULKIFLI bin Syed Muhammad PUAD, and SYAKIRAH binti FAUDZI. Assalamualaikum, my name is ELISYA SYAHEERA. So today I will start our presentation by presenting our sustainable design in our projects. So as for this project, we would like to propose an IBS technology in our building. So IBS technology is very widely known and used in Malaysia. Many newer projects or buildings have been used this technology for its numerous benefits. We would like to apply this technology by using precast concrete method as our main frame structure of the building, such as our beams, columns, and slabs. There are few advantages that we seek from this technology. First is shorter construction time, since there is no in-situ works on the site. So the time of the construction process will be lessened. Second is cost saving. The components arrives as a complete items and will be installed on site immediately. So there will be no extra labors required to install the components. Third is waste reduction. There is so this technology, there will be no materials being used, and the components will construct at the factory. So there will be no unused formworks or other materials being used on site. So and last is greater quality in products finishes. So this technology is construct on the factory, and many skilled workers were involved. So the quality will very guaranteed as the workers are very skilled in conducting this technology. As for the disadvantages, as for their disadvantages, there will be high initial costs. The cost of the technology will be adding up. As for their transportation, machineries and workers are moderately expensive compared to in-situ works. Second is sophisticated plants and skilled workers, skilled operators. This technology only requires skilled workers. When there is any damages on the to the components happen, so the other labors such as like mid-skilled labors or non-skilled labors will not being able to fix, and it would be complicated process to call the skilled workers to the site. And last is transportation difficulties. Since our site has no existing roads available, there will be difficulties for the trucks to transport the components to the site, and it may affect to the cost, since there might be an increase of cost to the transportation itself. Second, we would like to incorporate green architecture to the building. So this design being used many times in many newer projects or buildings in Malaysia's construction industry. This design incorporates green elements to the building, in creating an aesthetically pleasing to the occupants and the owner of the building. So for this design will be used by incorporating green elements into the roofs, walls, and facades of the building. Other than that, we will be incorporate native landscaping by planting trees that are native to the surrounding of the building, so that the surrounding of the building will be more incorporated with the other landscapes. So there are several advantages for this design. First is temperature regulation. So since the green elements on the walls and the roofs will cool down and regulate the temperature, so that the occupants feels more comfortable inside of the building. Second is energy efficiency. As per the point of the temperature regulation, the occupants may use less other devices such as air conditioner to cool down the building or the units of their homes. Third is environment friendly. Since this design use a lot of renewable materials, the materials are not waste and can be reusable over the course of time. And last is increased productivity, since the occupants' productivity will be increased due to the comfort provided by the building. There are several disadvantages also for this design. First is required specialist workers. The design involves a lot of skilled workers, so any damages happen, it requires the workers to come and fix it on site. So, second is require a lot of money and investments. This design can be expensive as there is no contractors that are available to construct it. So the clients may need to appoint a subcontractor who specialize in this field to construct the design. And last, it is difficult to construct. So this design has no specialized machineries or equipment, so the clients may have to rent an equipment from other countries to being able to construct this design. So that's all from me. So I will be passing this presentation to Syed ZULKIFLI. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Syed ZULKIFLI bin Syed PUAD, and today I'm going to talk about our proposed project in sustainable design. These are the design and features that I have listed in the drawing. First thing first, I'm going to elaborate my main points, which is IBS modular, solar water heating and water conservation. For IBS modular, which is known as Industrialized Building System Modular, is a construction delivery method where buildings are manufactured 16% to 90% off-site in a factory-controlled environment and transported, assembled and fixed at the final building site. The function that mostly construction companies use this method is to improve the building system that mostly known as a system that can help to achieve target of faster completion with most production of the building elements in places out of its final location in a building. The second main is solar water heating. The definition of solar heating is a space heating that capture and conversion of radiant energy from the sun. The function of this system is it works as a device that helps in heating water by using the energy directly from the sun and can be stored in a tank. The third main is water conservation. Water conservation is the practice of using water efficiently to reduce unnecessary water usage. As you can see in the drawing, there is a tank that protects the usage, or maybe people can use it for emergencies of their own personal reasons. And the subpoints are micro wind turbine. It produces electricity when blades are turned by winds and then stored in a battery. The photovoltaic electricity, which the panels of their solar cells that are made of silicon can turn the sunlight into electricity. Double glazing can leak heat in and store a lot of energy. Micro combined heat and power system can save the uses of the heat produced in the electricity generator. The smart meters can tell you exactly how much you are using the electricity at a given moment. Ground source heat pump can extract and emulate low-grade solar energy and then store in a small amounts in the ground. Cavity walls insulation can fill the air gap between inner and outer walls of the house with insulating material. Recycling bins, which mostly people already knew that it can help to prevent food waste from going to landfill. Compost heap is another way to prevent organic waste, which the load that can help the waste from going to rubbish dumps. Ventilation with heat recovery is one part of the house that used to warm the fresh air and deliver it to another. The last one is loft insulation. Loft insulation is a barrier of material in your roof space that can trap heat. It can either be laid between the joists or the rafters. That is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AZRI bin Azami. Now I will explain to you about the sustainable materials that we use in our residential project named Chateau, Clair, Lune. As mentioned before by my colleague about the sustainable design for this project is an IBS technology and also the green architecture. But I will explain to you about the IBS material, why we use or why we choose IBS material, IBS system, because IBS can save a lot of time. Instead of cast in situ on site, we need to take a longer period of time to make the concrete to harden. From precast off-site, they transport to the site by batch of panels. But the materials and also the reinforcement used is same like cast in situ on site. But today's inventions, we replace the ordinary Portland cement with other materials such as recycled plastic or trash, because this material can reduce the carbon emissions and also greenhouse effect. The other alternative of the material can substitute with the ordinary Portland cement is the ashecrete, whereby they use the fly ash, which this material is almost same strength as the traditional concrete. The table shows the comparison price between the three materials that I mentioned before. The ordinary Portland cement about 28 per kilogram, fly ash 8.4 per kilogram, and PET, polyethylene terephthalate, or the other names for PET is recycled plastic or trash, about 100 per kilogram. The cheapest among the others is fly ash because we know the fly ash, they use the waste material from the concrete, so that's why it is cheapest than the others. For the PET, why it is expensive among the others, because they use the recycled plastic or trash, and they need to undergo a certain process to form to make the recycled plastic as strong as ordinary Portland cement. Even though the price is higher than the ordinary Portland cement, but they can reduce the carbon emission and also greenhouse effect, which can save the earth from depleting and having a global warming. Thank you very much. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Anisha Binti FAUDZI and I will present part 4, which is sustainable features that need to be employed on a proposed building. The features that my group has chosen is rainwater harvesting system and solar PV panel. The first features that I want to explain is rainwater harvesting system. This system is the storage of rainwater that would otherwise flow down through the gutter and go into the drain. Rainwater is collected from the roof and reuse it within the building as well as in the garden, toilet and washing machine. This system can also save your money on water costs while also making your building more environmental friendly. Rainwater is a reasonable clean and sufficient water supply which can lower the cost of replacing existing system and expanding water supply infrastructure. By capturing rainwater, we can reduce the quantity of rainwater that flow into the drainage and can be avoiding flood phenomena. Rainwater harvesting system also use low-cost, simple and easy to maintain technology to reduce our dependency on water storage dam and can be avoid the cost of accessing public water system when it is run of the water. This means we can use water even though we are in the emergency situation.